Staring contest.
Oklahoma Christian fans making it known that they are going to get into his head.
My name is Zachary Payne. Alongside me is my broadcast partner Will Hadley, and today we have a great game for you as your Lady Eagles get ready to take on the Aggies of Cameron University. Oklahoma Christian coming off with a nice win against Midwestern State this past Thursday night. How does that affect them going into this game against the Aggies, Will?
Well, yeah, both of these teams are coming off of a win, so that's going to bring a lot of momentum for both of these teams. So I think it's going to be a fun outing, and I think that both teams are really going to have some confidence going into this Lone Star Conference matchup.
Well, it's going to be a fun game, but it's going to be a super fun game for point guard Madison Coyer. She's getting ready to take on her cousin, who's the point guard for Cameron University. They played together in high school. They're the same age. How does that affect them going into this game, acting like it's backyard basketball?
Well, I mean, I think they're each just gonna play their games. I mean, there's not too much different than any other game, other than that they know the person on the other side. So I think it'll be interesting to watch them go at each other, especially if they end up in man-to-man defense. So I think they'll have fun, but I don't think it'll be too much of a difference from a normal game.
Well, Megan Shelton went off in the last game against Midwestern State. Who needs to step up besides just her in this game against Cameron?
Well, yeah, that's the thing about this team is that they really succeed because of how much they share the ball and because of how team-oriented they are. You know, we've had 4 or 5 different, from the broadcast standpoint, 4 or 5 different girls on the team come and be the player of the game for certain games. So that's the thing is anyone can really show out and score in bunches in any night, but the success of this team doesn't come from any one person. It's just because they're so team-oriented and they have such high assist numbers. So that's really what it all comes down to, is just sharing the ball and just knowing where their teammates are before they really look at them.
Well, Cameron University coming off that big win, but they have a couple big scorers out on the floor that's going to be going against OC tonight. How do they shut them down?
Yeah, so Megan Hedge and Ava Batisi are 2 powerhouses for Cameron. They're 2 guards. So really they're going to have to stop them on the perimeter. I know that Coach Finley likes to go into a 2-3 zone defense. She may stray from that a little bit today, but we'll see. She likes to switch up her defenses a little bit. So expect to see her throw out some different defenses and try to put that offense in a tizzy and see what they'll give up.
Who is your standout player for Oklahoma Christian going into this game?
Well, like we mentioned before, there's not typically a standout player because you can never really know who it is. But I guess in terms of defensive side of the ball, Megan Shelton is their best perimeter defender, so she's going to have to step up and guard Hedge and Batisi big time on the perimeter.
Well, Oklahoma Christian came away with a win against Midwestern State this past Thursday night. We are going to see if they can do that, make it 2 wins in a row here against Cameron University. We are going to step away, and when we come back, there is going to be a special national anthem and prayer. So let's stay tuned for that and see you right after this.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming. When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's going to play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfies, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
My name is Michael Mitchell, and I'm Director of Development here at Water 4, and our mission is to eradicate the water crisis.
I'm Kristen Van Dyke. I work at Ernst & Young, EY now, which is a public accounting firm.
I'm Matt Cole with an accounting firm here in Oklahoma City, so I'm a partner in the accounting services and consulting assurance side.
My name is Jennifer Ray, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer here at Oklahoma Christian University. So that means budgeting, financial planning, forecasting, accounting. I went into accounting primarily so that I could move anywhere in the country that my family needed to go, and I would be able to find a job there. It was about flexibility and open doors. There's always something that can be improved upon or looked at in a new way to try to make a difference.
The goal of getting a college education is to launch a career, right? So it's allowed me to have what I think is a successful career that's supported my family, provided us a good living, that's helped me give back to my community.
One interesting thing about accounting, when people find out that I'm an accountant, they either say, wow, you must love math, or, oh, I bet you're super busy in April. And neither one of those things are true. I don't really do much math at all. If I do, it's addition and subtraction or multiplication and division. I'm not really busy during tax season. There's a lot to do in accounting besides tax and auditing.
So I lead the fundraising team here for the organization, trying to fund all of the water work we're doing all over the world. There's nothing we do here at Water 4 that accounting doesn't touch, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do as well as we do without accounting. And it is the language of business, so we work with entrepreneurs in 14 different countries, and not all of them speak English, but accounting is this universal language that we all speak and we all share, and so it gives us the ability to be on the same page about very, very important things in our work, which is trying to get people safe water.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your dog walker,
On your left!
your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
Yes.
you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Recently, the western U.S. has averaged more than 1,900 earthquakes and 3,800 significant wildfires each year. So chances are there will be more of both near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
making it known that they are going to get into his head. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Eagles Nest. My name is Zachary Payne, and alongside me is my broadcast partner, Will Hadley. And today we got a great game for you as your Lady Eagles of Oklahoma Christian get ready to take on the Aggies of Cameron University. Both teams coming off with a win in their last game. Will, how does that affect both teams going into this game?
Well, yeah, it brings a lot of momentum coming into this game for both teams, especially just being able to come off of a Lone Star Conference win. That's a huge confidence booster, so expect both of these teams to come off fast and with a lot of energy.
Well, both teams have good amounts of shooters on their team. Cameron University is led by number 4, Megan Hedges, a guard out of Melbourne, Australia. She averages about 25 points per game, and then right behind her is Ava Batisi, who's a senior guard out of Elgin, Oklahoma. Those two players for Cameron University are just stars for them.
Yeah, they're going to be really important in stopping. I expect Coach Finley to come out in either a man-to-man or her 1-3-1 trap that she likes to play. I expect her to come out in one of those two defenses and try to force a lot of turnovers.
Well, Oklahoma Christian also has their fair share of shooters, and out there being number 10, Megan Shelton, who's not really an offensive player, but she's more of a defensive player, but she came away with 16 points against the Mustangs of Midwestern State this past Thursday night. But right behind her, you would have Madison Coyer and Katie Mayo, who can also be in the double-digit point range.
Yeah, it's going to be really important for them to really share the ball and stick to what Coach Finley wants them to play. Coach Finley has a plan and a strategy for this team, and when they stick to it, and when they buy into what she wants to do, then they succeed. So I expect them to do that tonight and to really play well together.
Well, both these teams are right in the middle of the Lone Star Conference standings at the moment. They take 12 teams out of the 18 to the conference tournament. We are about a month and a half away from the conference tournament, and for those two teams to be in the middle, how big is that?
I mean, it's big for both teams. Just every game is just a fight to get to the Lone Star Conference tournament. So I think both of these teams, this is a really important win for both teams. So expect this to be a hard-fought game, and I wouldn't be surprised if it came down to the last 1 or 2 minutes.
Well, your starting lineups for Cameron University is number 1, the cousin of Madison Coyer, Logan Coyer, who's a guard junior out of Hera, Oklahoma. Then right behind her, you would have number 4, Megan Hedge, who we just talked about, a sophomore guard out of Melbourne, Australia. Then you would have number 30, who we also just talked about, Ava Batisi, guard out of Elgin, Texas. And then number 32, Whitney Utan out of Oklahoma City, who's a forward. And then number 32, Carly Miller, forward out of Edmond, Oklahoma. As we get ready to have the opening tip-off, it looks like it's going to be Katie Mayo versus Utan. And with the opening tip-off, Utan wins it for the Aggies, and we are underway. So Coyer then passes it to Hedge in the left wing. All the way over to the left corner is number 32, Miller, who puts up a 3, no good on the shot. So now Madison Coyer gives it to Megan Shelton. Megan Shelton now gives it to Tyra Peck, now to Kendall Blackburn. Back to Shelton, now over to Coyer, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Coyer starts to drive in, nice little spin move, loses control of her footing, but keeps the dribble, scramble on the floor. We have a tie-up, jump ball, possession arrow is going to be Oklahoma Christians, but that shot clock is going to be a factor as there's just 3 seconds left.
So expect them to go to Kendall Blackburn right here if they can. They're not really going to find her.
So now Tyra Peck gets it, and a nice little spin move layup there. And Oklahoma Christian has the first lead of the game. So now Miller hands it off to number 4, Hedge. Hedge wants to put up a 3. Now number 33, Utan has it, loses control of it, scramble on the floor, and Madison Coyer looks like she generates a foul. And it looks like she just dove for the ball and made a little bit of contact with Miller as they both went to the floor.
So that'll be Collier's first foul, the first foul of the ball game for either team.
So now Miller passes it down inside to Utan. Utan then back out. Now over to Hedge, who can shoot from behind the arc. No good on the shot. Rebounded by Batisi, who then gives it back to Hedge. Hedge just throws it up off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Katie Mayo. Oklahoma Christian bringing it up the floor now, slowing it down after getting inside their own end. So now Shelton bounce pass down to the right corner. Back to a wide open Tyra Peck for 3. In and out of the bucket. Rebounded by Utan. Nice feed there from Hedge up to Miller, and Miller with the easy layup knotted up at 2.
Yeah, that was a good transition look there for the Aggies, finding Carly Miller wide open.
So now Tyra Peck with another 3, but this time from the right corner, no good. Offensive rebound, though, is Kendall Blackburn. So OC still on the offensive end. Bounce pass from Tyra Peck to Blackburn. Blackburn's shot is blocked, recovered by Katie Mayo. Mayo then turns, tries to put up a shot, and is fouled. So she will go to the free throw line.
And if they're going to keep giving Tyra Peck that look from the perimeter, she's going to keep shooting it. While this Eagles team has been pretty inconsistent from 3 this year, if you have open shots, you might as well take it, especially from Tyra Peck.
As Katie Mayo makes the first attempt at the free throw line, still has one more, and that goes off the back part of the rim and out. 3-2, 7:52 left here in this first quarter of play. Kendall Blackburn almost swatted that ball away, so the shot no good. Rebounded by Megan Shelton. Now OC on the offensive end, bringing it up the floor. Over to Megan Shelton, who shoots a 3. She does not shoot often, but she knocks that one down.
And that right there seems to be her favorite spot to shoot from.
So now, Coyer in the left wing, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Oklahoma Christian. Now Madison Coyer brings it up on the other end. Coyer just stops at the top of the arc. Starts to move over left a little bit, then passes it back. Over to Kendall Blackburn. Blackburn's shot, no good. Rebounded by number 32, Carly Miller. So now Hedge drives in. Bounce pass over to Logan Coyer. Back out to Miller. Miller for 3. In and out of the bucket. Rebounded by Hedge. Quick passes from Cameron University. Over to Utan, who puts up a 3 and knocks that one down. Gets it back within 1. Now Madison Coyer gives it to Megan Shelton. Quick pass over to Tyra Peck in the corner. Pass back out. Tyra Peck moved, and the pass from Shelton to where Coyer was goes out of bounds.
Just a tough turnover there for the Lady Eagles, who still going to hang on to that 1-point lead.
So now, Cameron University has the ball. It's Peterson, excuse me. Passes it off to number 21, Lukuma. Over to Hedge. Hedge in the right wing brings it back out. Back to Peterson. Now to Hedge. Hedge over to Utan. Utan pass to Nakuma, who starts to drive in along the baseline. Step back, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Nakuma. And that looked like the right call. So now Oklahoma Christian with the ball and the lead, having a chance to extend it. Megan Shelton off to the right wing. Over to Tyra Peck, back to Shelton. Shelton starts to drive in, finding a little bit of lane, tries to pass it back out. Over to Caroline Lally. Lally tries to pass it down to Katie Mayo, but overshoots her on the pass. And it will be another turnover for OC. So now Cameron University's Peterson. Over to Nakuma at the top. All the way over to the hedge to the right wing for a jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Caroline Lally. Madison Coyer starts to drive in. Passes it out to Caroline Lally for a three. Off the front part of the rim. Rebounded by Cameron. So now Hedge starts to drive in along the right side. Dishes it back out to Utan, who's already made 1 3, and she will make another.
That is 2 for 2 from beyond the arc for Utan. As the Aggies are going to pull ahead by 2.
So now Madison Coyer. Bounce pass down inside the paint. Dishes it back out to Shelton. Shelton with another 3. No good. And it's going to be last touch by Katie Mayo as it goes out of bounds. And with that, we have our first media timeout, so we will step away.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. Oklahoma Christian trails by just 2 with 4:42 left here in the first quarter. Oklahoma Christian started off hot to start the first quarter, but then they've just kind of slowed down.
Yeah, they did. They slowed down a little bit, forced a couple of turnovers that they shouldn't have, but it's a 2-point game, still anyone's ball game.
So now Cameron University, if the ball went off of Katie Mayo and out of bounds, will have possession of the ball as Nakuma at the top of the arc passes it over to the right wing, back down inside the paint, and another turnover by Cameron University. So OC has a chance to knot it up here on this possession. Over to Caroline Lally, over to Tyra Peck. Down to Madison Coyer and the right wing, over to Shelton. Shelton with another 3.
Nice shot there by Megan Shelton, who has been on fire since the start of the game on Thursday against Midwestern State.
So then a travel on Cameron. And OC, who now just took possession of the lead with that 3 from Megan Shelton, will have a chance to add on to it. Megan Shelton with 6 points and dishes it to Caroline Lally. Now down low to Katie Mayo. Mayo almost throws it away, tried to be saved by Madison Coyer. But it is going to be a turnover, and then another turnover down at the other end by Cameron University, as that is 3 possessions in a row.
Yeah, and turnovers is something that the Lady Eagles have struggled with a lot this season, but they are doing a good job in forcing more turnovers than they've given up in this one.
As Madison Coyer puts up a jump shot from behind the arc. And then is stolen away by Megan Shelton. As Madison Coyer then dishes it out to Caroline Lally, who drives in. Nice feed to Katie Mayo, and then another turnover. So back and forth we go. Nakuma puts up a 3, no good on the shot, rebounded by Caroline Lally. So now Madison Coyer to Megan Shelton. over to Tyra Peck, back to Megan Shelton. Down low. Another pass inside, farther in the paint from Caroline Lally to Katie Mayo is deflected off of Mayo's hand and out of bounds.
So with 2:51 remaining, not the highest scoring ball game so far. Eagles lead by 1.
So now Cameron University with the ball, Hedge at the right wing, starts to bring back up to the top. Dishes it over to number 32, Miller, who then puts up a 3. Her shot no good. Offensive rebound by number 10, Spikes, who misses the shot. On the second chance opportunity now, Caroline Lally has it at the top of the arc, gives it to Coyer, who then passes it to Tyra Peck, who's wide open. Hit back out by Caroline Lally, so OC with another possession. Now Lally gets it inside the paint with a nice jumper over number 10, Spikes, and OC is up by 3.
It's a nice mid-range high post shot there from Caroline Lally.
So now Spikes has it down low, passes it back out to number 30, Batiste, who puts up a 3. Her shot no good. Another rebound for Oklahoma Christian. 1:45 left here in this first quarter of play. Madison Coyer gives it to Tyra Peck, now to Lally, back over to Shelton. Passing along the perimeter is Oklahoma Christian as Madison Coyer gets it in the left wing, puts up a 3, no good on the shot, rebounded by Batiste. Now up to Miller on the right side to Hedge. Hedge starts to drive in, dishes it out to Peterson, who puts up a 3 from the left wing, and that is good, and we are tied up. So now, Madison Coyer drives in, nice bounce pass to Kendall Blackburn, and is then stolen away by Peterson. A lot of turnovers from both teams to start this game. And then a quick shot by Batiste from behind the arc, no good. OC now going coast to coast. And Megan Shelton gets called for a travel down at the other end.
And just a lot of turnovers for both of these teams already. As at one point, Cameron had turnovers on back-to-back-to-back-to-back possessions.
So now, Coyer, pass to Peterson, pass down low to Spikes. Spikes lays it up on the left side, no good on the layup. But number 23, Madison Coyer, now hands it off to Tyra Peck, all the way over to Megan Shelton. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Now to Kendra Levings, who's checked into the ballgame for OC. And then a tie-up, and we're going to say jump ball. Possession arrow is towards Cameron, so it will be their ball.
Nice force there by Logan Collier. Getting there and getting her hands on the ball.
So now Cameron University going coast to coast with the easy layup on the left side, and they get the lead now. 5 seconds left. Thrown up at half court by Kendra Levings. Shot no good. So at the end of the first quarter, Cameron University is up 13-11. We'll be right back with the second quarter right after this.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
yes.
You, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. his family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Oklahoma Christian led most of the first quarter, but Cameron University took over with just about 0.5 of a second left at the end of the first quarter to have an 11-13 lead as we get ready to start the second quarter.
Yeah, and when you look at the stat sheet so far in the turnovers, while Cameron, it seems to have had more turnovers, they've actually had less than OC, as OC has 8 turnovers and Cameron just has 5. There are those 4 possessions in a row where Cameron gave up a turnover in each of them. Assist numbers are both the same at 4. And it's been a tight game, and I expect it to continue to be one until the end.
So now Oklahoma Christian checks back out onto the floor. It will be OC basketball as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. So now Megan Shelton gives it to Tyra Peck, who pump fake, starts to drive in, back out to Shelton, wide open 3. No good, rebounded by Madison Coyer. Bounce pass from Coyer to Katie Mayo for the easy layup to tie it up. So now Cameron University at the other end puts up a 3, no good, scramble on the floor. Tyra Peck gets it, gives it to Katie Mayo now. And now to Kendra Levings, who gives it back to Madison Coyer. Now over on the left side, moves back up to the top of the arc. Now to Megan Shelton. Now Kendra Levings with the long 3 from downtown, nothing but net on the shot.
And another forced turnover, almost.
So now number 30, Batiste picks it up, gives it to number 32, Miller. Miller drives in on the right side, tries to lay it up and is fouled, and she will go to the free throw line. Actually, it was knocked out of Miller's hand, and it will go out of bounds. So Logan Coyer for Cameron University to inbound. It gives it to Peterson at the top. Now to Miller at the right wing, back to Coyer. Coyer then moves up, hands it back to Peterson. Nice find by Peterson to number 23, Luster, for the easy layup. So now Madison Coyer down at the other end. Gets a screen from Levings, picks up her dribble. Now to Tyra Peck. Tyra Peck tries to pass it to Megan Shelton. The ball is stolen away by Miller. Miller drives in, lays it up, no good on the shot, and then a hard foul by Kendra Levings on Logan Coyer, who got the rebound from Miller's shot. So Coyer's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So now Coyer with the first attempt, no good as it goes off the back part of the rim and out. OC still up by just 1, so Coyer's going to have a chance to try to knot it up here with 8:12 left in the first half as Coyer drains that shot. So 16 apiece. Madison Coyer now has the ball for Oklahoma Christian. Gives it to Megan Shelton, who starts to drive in at the top. Finds Madison Coyer on the outside. Her shot from behind the arc, no good. And then a scramble down at the other end. We have a tie-up jump ball. Possession arrow is going to be Cameron University's.
That is a good hustle play there by Megan Shelton, as Connor Atkinson is going to check into the game for the first time.
So now Miller will inbound it to Coyer. Coyer then gives it back to Miller. Miller starts to drive in, passes it back out to Coyer. Quick dish over to the top of the arc to number 12, James. Now over to the right wing for a three-point attempt by Miller. No good. Rebounded by Luster. Luster's shot is blocked. And then a rebound by Tyra Peck. And Tyra Peck was forced out of bounds, and that's going to generate a foul on Miller.
And another interesting storyline from this game, number 32 for the Aggies, Carly Miller, from a school pretty close to OC called Oklahoma Christian Academy. She has a lot of friends at OC, so I'm sure it's an interesting homecoming for her coming back to Edmond.
As Tyra Peck puts up a three from the left corner, and that shot no good. Rebounded by Cameron as Logan Coyer tries to throw it to the left corner to number 4, Hedge, and she just overshoots Hedge. It's going to be another turnover.
So still knotted up at 16 apiece. Madison Collier is going to try to get something going for this offense.
So now Connor Atkinson's in, dishes it off to Levings. Levings for a three from the right corner, and that shot is good. Her
Nice
second
shot.
of the night.
And that's really where Kendra Levings wants to shoot the ball from. In those corners, that's her best spot. That's where her teammates like to get her open at.
So now Hedge with the counter shot from behind the arc in the same spot, but this time the left wing. We are tied back up at 19. So now Madison Coyer over to Connor Atkinson. Her shot from behind the arc, good.
And Atkinson, who is one of the best three-point shooters on this team, that's really her specialty. You got to think that's probably why Coach Finley subbed her in, since they're getting so many open perimeter looks.
So then there's a travel on Hedge down at the other end. Oklahoma Christian with the 3-point lead now has a chance to extend it to a 2-possession lead. Bounce pass to Connor Atkinson at the right wing. She brings it back up to the top. Now to Katie Mayo. Now to Levings. Levings with a 3-point attempt. No good on the shot. Rebounded by James. She then gives it to Coyer. Coyer brings it up the floor, moves on the right side now, brings it back up to the top. So now number 30, Batisi, hands it back to James. James back to Batisi, or to Hedge, excuse me. Hedge starts to drive in, and bounce pass to the left corner for a 3-point attempt, and knotted up again. So now Madison Coyer to Katie Mayo, over to Kendra Levings for another three. Levings now has 9 points on 3 3-point attempts made.
And this game is just a barrage of three-pointers and turnovers, as you see right there. As both of these teams are just going back-to-back from beyond the arc.
So now Kendra Levings will inbound the ball for Oklahoma Christian, as there was a travel on Cameron University. Now Megan Shelton has the ball. Madison Coyer has checked out. So Connor Atkinson passes it and then gives it to Madison Coyer, back to Shelton, and Katie Mayo was fouled after passing it back to Megan Shelton. So now Kendra Levings with the inbound to Katie Mayo. Now Kendra Levings with the bounce pass to Atkinson. Over to Megan Shelton. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Levings has the ball, finds a lane. Her shot is rejected. It will go out of bounds. 2 seconds left on the shot clock for Oklahoma Christian. But first, we're going to have a media timeout.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Staring contest!
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Recently, the western U.S. has averaged more than 1,900 earthquakes and 3,800 significant wildfires each year. So chances are there will be more of both near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network as Oklahoma Christian leads 25-22 as we've had an exchange of three-point attempts and an exchange of turnovers from both sides early on in this first half.
Yeah, it has been interesting watching how both of these teams have operated, specifically from beyond the arc, as Cameron is 5 of 16 and OC is 6 of 16, which those aren't tremendous numbers from beyond the arc, but it seems like all those makes have come from the last 3 or 4 minutes.
So now Megan Shellen with the inbound, needed to get a shot up, and Tyra Peck gets the shot up, hits the rim, but no good on the bucket, rebounded by Cameron. So Nakuma on the right side dishes it off to number 30 for Cameron University, and that is Batisi, who puts up a shot, no good, gets the offensive rebound, but then gets called for a double dribble, so another turnover for Cameron. Now Megan Shellen drives in, almost gets away with a little bit of a push there. Shellen starts to drive now, passes it along the right baseline. Almost saved by Tyra Peck from going out of bounds. But they're going to say it was deflected and will be OC ball down at their own end still. Now Kendra Levings, quick pass over to Tyra Peck. Now to Atkinson, now to Shellen. Shellen tries to pass it down low, and it is tipped and stolen away by Utan. Now Hedge on the fast break, bringing it up the floor for the Aggies. Now to number 12, James, who lays up on the right side. Loses control of it as it was knocked out of her hand and will go out of bounds. So now number 4, Hedge with the inbound for the Aggies. Over to Nakuma. Pump fakes. Looks like it should have been an up down there, which would have generated a travel. But instead they're going to say a reach-in foul on Oklahoma Christian's 25, Katie Mayo. So Cameron University will inbound with a fresh new shot clock. A quick pass in to number 30, Batiste, who puts up a shot from the right corner. Now Megan Shellen gets the rebound, goes coast to coast, and lays it up on the right side, and they are up by 5 now.
Nice job there by Madison Collier getting it to go off the turnover.
So then number 33, Utan, puts up a 3. Does not hit anything on the shot, and it will go out of bounds. OC now up by 2 possessions. Has a chance to increase it now. So now Cameron University doing a little bit of a full court press. Tyra Peck now has that at the top. Step back 3 from Peck. No good on the shot. Rebounded by Nakuma. Nakuma drives in, steps back out, hands it off to number 3, Peterson, who then gives it to Hedge. Hedge starts to drive in, loses control of it, then passes it to number 12, James, and James tries to lay it up and is fouled and will go to the line. So Oklahoma Christian up by 5 with 3:08 left. Spikes for Cameron University, or James, excuse me, for Cameron University is at the free throw line. Her first attempt is good.
As you see on that replay, not sure about the foul call there, as it looked like Katie Mayo got the clean block.
And James knocks both down from behind at the free throw line. Now just a 3-point game. 3:08 left in this first half of play. And then Madison Collier gets the ball, instantly fouled. So OC will now re-inbound the ball. So now Katie Mayo will get ready to inbound the ball. And she just throws it away as Madison Coyer just stopped running on the inbound. So now it's going to be Cameron University ball down at their own end. So now Hedge with the quick inbound to Peterson. Peterson gets a screen from James. Now to Utan. Utan drives in, pass back out to James. And that three-point attempt is good from behind the arc, and we are tied back up. Now Madison Coyer, bounce pass to Caroline Lally. Lally with a nice feed down to Madison Coyer, and Coyer is blocked from behind. So OC will still have possession. So Shelton pass down low to Caroline Lally, and Lally with a nice post move there with the jump shot. Gets them back up by 2. So now Hedge with another three. No good, off the rim, rebounded by Shelton. Now Madison Coyer finds the lane inside, brings it right back out, gets it tied up from behind, but manages to hand it off to Megan Shelton to avoid the jump ball. Caroline Lally with the jumper, no good on the shot. And 3 players fall on the floor, 2 for Cameron University and 1 for OC. And it is going to be Oklahoma Christian ball. So now Caroline Lally has the ball, starts to drive in, tries to put up a shot, and it was blocked on the shot.
And that's going to be Eagle basketball, and Aggie fans aren't too excited about that, as they believe it should have been theirs.
So now Katie Mayo with the quick inbound, and then Lally puts up a shot after getting the pass from Mayo, and she is fouled and will go to the free throw line. So now Caroline Lally at the free throw line, shooting her first attempts of the night. And she gets the friendly bounce there on the first free throw attempt. Still has one more. OC up by 3. Has a chance to be a 2-possession after this shot. And Lally drains that one. So now Peterson at the top, passes it off to number 4, Hedge. Hedge then passed down, it's deflected and saved by Nakume. Nakume lays it up after saving it. Back within 2 is Cameron. So now Megan Shelton finds Megan Shelton, excuse me. Madison Coyer had it. Gives it to Shelton. Shelton's shot with her foot on the line is good, so she now has 8 points for Oklahoma Christian. Bounce pass down inside and is stolen away. And there's then a foul called, and it looks like it's going to be on Cameron University. That shot puts Oklahoma Christian in the bonus for the remainder of the first half. So Katie Mayo is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
So Katie Mayo, 3 points on the game so far. Make that 4. The front end of the 2 free throws is good.
Is Mayo's second attempt also good. So now it's a 4-point game with 1:17 left here in the first half. It's been back and forth all the way since the start of the opening tip. So now Peterson to Nakumi. Nakumi finds a lane, brings it back out to Hedge. Hedge for 3. No good. Offensive rebound for the Aggies. Bounce pass from Hedge to number 10. Spikes is stolen away by OC. Now to Tyra Peck. Peck finds Lally Down low off the cut. No good on the shot. Rebounded by the Aggies. Nakumi, nice drive. Generates the foul, and it's going to be on Tyra Peck.
Here we go. Come on, keep it going. Good job, here we go.
So Nakumi already has 2 points for the Aggies here in this first half. And her first attempt is no good. So Nakume's second attempt is good. It's a 5-point lead for OC, 38 seconds left in the first half. Coyer starts to drive in, brings it back out, continues her dribble, setting up the play for OC, trying to waste as much time as possible. Gets a screen from Blackburn, takes it, drives it on the right side, pass back out to Shelton, quick pass over to Lally. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. To Blackburn. Blackburn needs to get it off, gives it to Shelton, or to Coyer. Coyer with the 3-point attempt. No good. Rebounded by Hedge. Peterson. Peterson out to Nakume. There is a foul call down low as Madison Coyer is on the floor.
So with 1 second left, we're going to have free throws here from Stephanie Peterson.
The foul was on Madison Coyer, and it looks like it was a blocking foul. The foul puts OC, or the Aggies, in the bonus. As the first attempt from Peterson was good, and now the second attempt is no good. Deflected, and at the buzzer sounds, Oklahoma Christian leads by 4 going into halftime. So we will be back with the halftime report right after this.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's going to play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hey guys, Tim Herbal here, the voice of Eagle basketball for the last 8 years. But this last year, I've had the special privilege of being the executive director of Not Your Average Joe, a coffee shop in Midtown Oklahoma City employing special needs adults. And I brought one of those amazing human beings with me today. This is Miss Heather Hancock. She's also the former national Miss Amazing. Heather, what is Miss Amazing?
Well, Miss Amazing is that we go out and we get to know a lot of new people through the pageant. When I first started the Nationals for Miss Amazing, it gave me confidence and the stride that I want to improve in the lives of people with disabilities, to learn how to be self-advocates in the community.
They are a valuable part of the community. And Heather works at Not Your Average Joe in Midtown. So what do you enjoy working at the coffee shop, Heather?
The only thing I enjoy is doing the cash register, making lots of smoothies and coffees, and I can learn more. And I think Tim is a great ally for me to be the best person I can be, and I want to see people around the world have this type of opportunity to work at a coffee shop.
That's right. Well, we do think inclusion is important for all of us, and so even though you were born with certain needs, right? You're included in society, and so inclusion is a big part of what we do at Not Your Average Joe. Thank you, Eagle fans, for bringing awareness to the special needs community. Come on out to the Nest if you're not doing anything. We have Super Scoop ice cream for sale out in the lobby. Heather here is going to be demonstrating some skills. I think she calls them Russell Westbrook skills, right? She's a participant in Hot Shots, a basketball team for the special needs community. Well, guys, thanks again for tuning in to Eagle Media. We look forward to seeing you here in the Nest soon.
All right, go Eagles!
Woo-hoo!
Anyone, the best place to explore is the forest.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Your Lady Eagles lead 35-31 over the Aggies of Cameron University. Will, it's been a back and forth game both offensively and defensively for both these teams.
Yeah, it has. Both teams have been kind of, like you said, going back and forth, trading buckets specifically from beyond the arc, and both teams are playing really good defense. As you can see, 11 turnovers each in the first half.
Well, Kendra Levings was the one who's really keeping Oklahoma Christian battling back and forth with the three-point attempts as she is 3 for 4 from behind the arc.
Yeah, Kendra Levings has shot really well from the perimeter, and she's scored more points than anyone on the Eagles so far with 9. And then Megan Shelton seems to be having a breakout game once again. She has 8 in the first half as well. She's shooting very well.
So if you were Coach Finley right now, you're up by 4 at halftime. How do you go about telling the team to keep doing what you need to do?
Well, you just have to play the game that you've always played. You have to play the game that you played when you first started, and that just comes with bringing your own energy and feeding off the crowd's energy. You know, you're at home. You want to put on a show for your friends and family, so they have to come out and bring their own energy and just play their game that they're used to.
Besides turnovers, though, what do the Eagles need to do differently defensively?
Well, defensively, they need to stop the outside shot. I mean, that's the only place it seems that Cameron has really been able to find a stroke. So just being able to stop them on the perimeter and really put their hands up and close out on shooters.
Well, Madison Coyer has been somewhat quiet here tonight. How do they get her more into the game?
Well, yeah, Madison, she has 2 points, and so she's been quiet on that end, but she has 7 assists. So you think with the team's 11 assists, Madison having 7 of those, she certainly hasn't been quiet in that area. She's been very productive for this team. So she just needs to keep doing what she's doing, even if she's not finding points. She's been responsible for a lot of points.
Well, Oklahoma Christian leads by just 4 as we get ready to start the second half. So we're going to step away. When we come back, it will be the third quarter underway right after this.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
Yes.
you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows? Maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens. This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Recently, the western U.S. has averaged more than 1,900 earthquakes and 3,800 significant wildfires each year. So chances are there will be more of both near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Oklahoma Christian leads by 4 as we get ready to start the third quarter of play. Oklahoma Christian's done fairly well, shooting 33% from behind the arc so far in this first half compared to Cameron University's 28.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of shooting from beyond the arc, especially considering how they started the beginning of the year. You know, they're not shooting as well as they were last game, but you have to think after the first half that they had, you have to think whether this is a sign of things to come for this team. And we interviewed Coach Finley last Thursday, or on Thursday after the game, excuse me, and she said that they make them in practice, and she's kind of been waiting for a game where they can really put it together. So you've got to think that this may be a sign of things to come for this Lady Eagles squad through the rest of the year.
Well, top scorer for Oklahoma Christian is number 21, Kendra Levings, who all of her points have been from behind the arc, and she is shooting 75% from the field. So she's been their hottest hand. But one thing we know about Kendra Levings is she does not like to force shots.
No, she doesn't. When she knows when she can get those shots. She knows when, or where, excuse me, she shoots the best from. So, and I think her teammates know that too. They like to get her open in those spots. So I think they're going to continue to get her open in those spots where she can shoot the best from.
So Cameron University is out on the floor. Now Oklahoma Christian is going to check back out as we get ready to start the third quarter of play. And if I'm correct, Oklahoma Christian will start the third quarter with the ball. So Katie Mayhem will get ready to inbound the basketball for the Lady Eagles. Now Madison Coyer hands it off to Megan Shelton. OC on the right side, brings it back up to the top. Trying to get it down inside the paint, out to Tyra Peck. A quick pass over to Shelton, and Shelton no good on the shot. Offensive rebound, though. So now Kendall Blackburn gets a bounce pass from Madison Coyer. No good on the shot. Rebounded by Cameron University. And on the defensive play, Tyra Peck comes from behind and knocks the ball out. So Cameron University will still have the ball. Logan Coyer now gives it to Hedge. Now Utan has it back to Hedge. Quick passes along the perimeter is Cameron University. Losing control of the ball. Tie up on the floor, and they're going to say jump ball. Possession arrow is Cameron's. So 14 seconds left on the shot clock for the Aggies. Logan Coyer to inbound it down at her own baseline. Gets to Hedges, and she is rejected by Megan Shelton after getting a quick shot off. And then Shelton tries to save it, or pass it to Katie Mayo, but throws it behind her and was almost saved by Madison Coyer, but it will go out of bounds. So now the Aggies with control of the ball. Logan Coyer gets it in the left corner. Now out to number 32, Miller. Quick passing now. Utan has it down. Out to Coyer, 10 seconds left. Shot from Hedges in the right corner. Good, a lot of passing on that offensive possession for the Aggies. So now Madison Coyer has control of it over to Shelton. Now the Eagles at the right wing, pass down low to Katie Mayo. She then drives along the baseline. There is a foul called, and it looks like it's going to be on number 1, Logan Coyer.
So Eagles still have the lead just by 1. 8:22 remaining. Collier's going to inbound.
So now Megan Shellen has control of it, lays it up on the right side of the glass, goes in the bucket, and then just bounces out. OC still up by just 1, scoreless here in this third quarter of play as we're 2 minutes through the third quarter. Miller, step back 3. No good as it goes off the rim, rebounded by Shelton. Bringing it up the floor is for Oklahoma Christian is Madison Coyer to Kendall Blackburn in the left wing. No good on the shot. Katie Mayo gets the offensive rebound. There is a foul called on Cameron University. So now Oklahoma Christian will resume the ball game here with the basketball with 7:46 left. Katie Mayo gets the inbound to Tyra Peck. Now Peck down low to Kendall Blackburn. Nice post move off the glass is Kendall Blackburn. So Peterson hands it off to Utan. Utan out to number 30, Batisi, and that's her first three-pointer of the night.
So all tied up now at 37, and this game just got a little more interesting.
So Blackburn to Shelton. Shelton gets a screen from Blackburn, bounce pass to Madison Coyer. Nice find by Coyer to Katie Mayo. OC regains sole possession of the lead. So now Hedge starts to drive in, forced to bring it back out. Has it at the left corner. Brings it back up to the top of the arc, gives it to Logan. Back to Hedge now. Hedge with 9 seconds, drives along the baseline. Dish back out to the right corner. Quick passage to Utan. Now over to Peterson. Peterson's 3, no good. Rebounded by Oklahoma Christian, and was knocked out of their hand and will go out of bounds. .6:30 left here in the third quarter of play. OC 2-point lead and the basketball. Madison Coyer starts to drive in, finding a little bit of a lane. Brings it back out to Kendall Blackburn for 3, and that shot is good.
Nice shot there by Kendall Blackburn to increase the lead to 5.
So now Coyer to Hedge. On the right side is the Aggies. Brings it back to the left. Nice post move there, down low by Utan, defending against 2 Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles. Getting the ball and generating a foul to go to the free throw line. So the first shot by Utan is good at the line. She still has one more. There's a 4-point lead for OC. And Utan's second attempt brings it down to 3. So now Oklahoma Christian with the basketball. Madison Coyer drives up the court, pulls up from about the free throw line. No good as it goes off the front part of the rim. Cameron University has a chance to tie it now on this possession yet again. Utan drives in, tries to pass it, gets deflected. Recovered by the Aggies, and then number 30, Batisi, makes her second three-pointer in a row. And that is something the Eagles do not want. So now Katie Mayo at the top, gives it to Tyra Peck, pass down low to Blackburn. Blackburn back out to Tyra Peck, Peck for 3. No good on the shot, rebounded by Peterson. Peterson going coast to coast, hands it back out to Nakume, wide open 3. No good on the shot. Deflected by Oklahoma Christian and out of bounds, will remain Aggie basketball.
In this game, it just seems like The Eagles will pull ahead, and Cameron just pulls right back and ties it up. Seems to be the trend in this third quarter.
Now Nakume inbounds it to Hedge. Hedge starts to drive in. And the shot no good by the Aggies. So now Madison Coyer gives it to Katie Mayo. Katie Mayo passes it down to Caroline Lally, and Lally is then fouled and will go to the free throw line. So now with that, we have our media timeout, so we will step away. OC and the Aggies tied at 42.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hey, Bobo. Do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Oklahoma Christian and Cameron University knotted up at 42 apiece with 4:46 left here in the third quarter of play. Will, Oklahoma Christian's been kind of silent to start the second half.
Yeah, it's been pretty silent in the way that the OC has scored their points, but it just seems like every time that the Aggies have pulled back in to tie it up, OC has pulled right back ahead, and they're going to do that here with Carolyn Lally making her first free throw.
Lally now has 7 points for Oklahoma Christian, trying to make it 8 with this shot. And that shot is good. OC up by 2, 4:43 left. Cameron University with the basketball. Nakume passes it out. Now Peterson. Peterson back out to Batisi, who makes her third straight three-point attempt. So now the Eagles trailing by 1. Megan Shellen with the ball, gives it to Caroline Lally. Lally with the pass down low to Katie Mayo. Nice post move off the glass. OC back up by 1. So now Hedge over to Nakume. Nakume starts to drive in on the right side. Back out onto the left. Passes along the perimeter, back over to the left corner. Now is Hedge. Hedge bounce pass down low to Utan. Utan then lays it up. Gets the finger roll to go. So now, Madison Coyer at the top of the arc. Moves over to the left side. Pass back out to Caroline Lally. Lally then loses control of the basketball, and it will go out of bounds, and that is a turnover for the Eagles.
And so the Aggies going to get a chance to increase their lead. They're up by 1.
So now Peterson off to Nakume. Nakume starts to drive in, bounce pass out. Now over to Peterson yet again. Now back to Nakume. Now long pass down inside the paint. Utan has it, walking along the baseline. Tries to give it to James. James loses control and is stolen away by Katie Mayo. Katie Mayo finds Peck open, gives it to Caroline Lally now. Now to Coyer. Coyer for 3, and she drains it.
Nice shot there by Collier to get the Eagles back up by 2.
Now James dishes it off to Nakume, back to Peterson, lays it up on the left side, too strong on the layup. Scramble on the floor, and there's going to be a foul call, and it looks like they're going to call it on Tyra Peck. And Coach Finley does not look very happy on that call.
So that'll be 3 fouls now on Tyra Peck, and Tyra Peck will go to the bench. And this is Tyra Peck's first time going to the bench in this ballgame. She has played every second up until this point.
So Nakume now with the inbound to James. Back to Nakume in the right corner. Looked like a little bit of a travel there by Nakume, but her shot no good, so OC with the 2-point lead has control of the ball. Out to Levings. Now to Lally. Lally for a 3-pointer. No good on the shot. Offensive rebound, though, for OC. As Madison Coyer tries to pass it down to Lally, and the ball is tipped and stolen away. Then Batisi, who's made 3 straight, misses that shot from behind the arc. Now over to Nakume. Her 3-point attempt, no good. Rebounded by Shelton. Shelton tiptoes all on the out-of-bounds line. Lays it up on the right side, no good on the shot. It looks like she rushed that one. So now Batisi. Pass down low. Now James gets a little bit of separation there. And we are tied up again.
A steal on the other end immediately. And now the Aggies will shoot free throws, and their defense turning into good offense.
So now Nakume will go to the free throw line to try to give the Aggies the lead yet again. Nakume drains that shot from behind the arc, so now it is 50-49 the Aggies, and we have a timeout, so we will step away and be right back right after this.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Welcome back to the Nest. Oklahoma Christian trails by just 1. Nakume is at the free throw line. We'll have another attempt. This game has been back and forth as there's already been 9 lead changes so far here tonight. So now, Nakume's second attempt, no good. As Caroline Lally gets the rebound and just throws it up, so she doesn't get called for a travel as she was falling to the floor. Madison Coyer has control of it. Now to Katie Mayo, bounce pass to Lally, and there's going to be a foul called down low. Now Oklahoma Christian getting ready to inbound the basketball. Handing it off is Caroline Lally to Atkinson, and then another foul called. And it looks like it is going to be on Utan.
So just under a minute to go in the third quarter. Aggies lead by 1. Carolyn Lally looking to take the lead away.
So the first attempt by Lally is no good. She's going to have another chance, though, to try to knot it up at 50. That shot is no good by Lally. Bringing it up the floor is Hedge. Gives it off to James, and James puts up a 3. And that is going to be the Aggies' largest lead of the night. So now Madison Coyer with 40 seconds left, down by 4. Has the ball now to Katie Mayo. Back to Coyer. It's Katie Mayo to Coyer. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Drives in, lays it up. No good on the shot. Rebounded by the Aggies. Hedge is just going to hold on, and that looked like a little bit of a carry there by Hedge, who still has control of the dribble. 5 seconds left, loses control of it now. Over to Coyer. Coyer puts up a 3 at the buzzer and knocks it down. Oklahoma Christian's going to trail by 7 going into the fourth quarter, so we will be right back at the start of the fourth right after this.
Hey, Blake, we need replay.
Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Oklahoma Christian trails by 7 as the refs just confirmed the last 3-point attempt by Logan Coyer for the Aggies. So Oklahoma Christian now trailing by their largest deficit.
Yeah, it's 7-point lead for the Aggies. This is their largest lead of the game. So it'll be interesting to see how the Eagles come out in this one. Tyra Peck's still on the bench, as there are a lot of three-point shooters in the game right now for the Eagles. I expect to see Tyra Peck and Megan Shelton checking back into this game pretty soon.
Caroline Lally gives it to Levings. Levings with the bounce pass. That was a tight fit of a pass by Levings, but does get it to Coyer, who then gives it to Lally, and Lally with the easy bucket. Back within 5 is OC. So now Coyer passes it to Hedges. Hedges finds a little bit of separation. Her jump shot no good. Deflected, and they're going to say last touch by OC. Logan Coyer with the inbound. Holds control of it. Passes it, and there's going to be a foul called on Carolyn Lally. So now we're going to re-inbound the ball yet again. Logan Coyer holds on to it, finally gets the ball in, gets it to Betsy. And her shot no good, offensive, or gets her own rebound. So now Logan Coyer now. To Hedge, to James. James for 3, no good on the shot. Logan Coyer goes out of bounds. A little bit of advantage for OC. Kendra Levings gets a nice pass from Madison Coyer, who gets the assist. And is back within a 1-possession game. now to James. James now over to Coyer. Coyer with the three, and that shot is good. Six-point lead for the Aggies with 8:37 left here in this fourth quarter of play. So Katie Mayo over to Madison Coyer, bounce pass around the free throw line to Lally. Back to Coyer, then there's a foul called on the Aggies.
So Tyra Peck and Megan Shelton now in this game.
So Peck gives it to Levings. Levings with a nice find to Lally, and Lally rushed the shot a little bit. So now the Aggies having a chance to try to increase their lead. Three-point attempt from the Aggies, no good. Rebounded by Tyra Peck. Peck already having 3 fouls for OC. Madison Coyer with a bounce pass to the top. Now Shelton. Now to Levings. Levings hands it off to Peck. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Peck finds a little bit of separation. Pass out to Shelton. Shelton drives in. Nice jumper there. No good. Offensive rebound. And they are going to say a foul on the floor before the shot was up by Lally.
As Lally upset about that one as she got the shot to go right after that foul. But regardless, it'll be Eagle basketball.
So now James and Logan Coyer checking out of the ball game for the Aggies. Madison Coyer with the bounce pass to Levings. Levings gives it to Shelton. Shelton has a little bit of separation along the baseline. Does not take it, forced to pick up her dribble. Tries to pass it to Lally and is stolen away by Peterson. And Peterson drives up the floor, and then there's a foul on the shot. So Peterson is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
So that foul will be on Lally. That is her second personal.
Peterson makes the first. It is a 7-point game yet again. And Peterson's second attempt is also good. Madison Coyer now. On the left side, drives in, bounce pass to Caroline Lally. Her shot no good, gets the rebound. Second chance, fouled, so she will go to the free throw line. So Caroline Lally has been to the line 3 times already in this game and is 4 for 6. And this is the first attempt at the line on this set of attempts. And her second attempt there is also no good. So a little bit of a scoring drought for Oklahoma Christian. So now Hedge, guarded by Tyra Peck, gives it to Nkume. Back down to James. Or to Spike. Spike says 3, shot no good. Out of bounds. It goes, and it will be OC ball.
So Kendall Blackburn now in the game. Carolyn Lawley's going to go to the bench and get a quick breather.
So Tyra Peck brings it over to the right side and then starts to bring it back up to the top. Slows it down. Now to Megan Shelton. 6:25 left in the game. OC down by 8. Over to Tyra Peck in the right corner. Peck finds a lane. Generates the foul on the shot. Will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul was on number 30. Ava Batesy. So Tyra Peck makes the first attempt at the free throw line. Tyra Peck's been fairly quiet here tonight in the score column. And she makes just one attempt from the free throw line, getting it back to within 7. Sanaa Nakuma passes it out to Coyer. Coyer then starts to drive in, hands it off to Luster. Pass out, deflected, and almost there's going to be a travel called on Nakuma. So a little bit of a break there for OC.
So it'll be huge if the Eagles can get a bucket on this possession.
Shelton puts up a 3, almost gets it to fall. Nice offensive rebound by Tyra Peck. Megan Shelton then picks it up. Now Coyer for 3 from the top, and that bucket is huge.
And that all started with the hustle from Tyra Peck flying in for that offensive rebound.
And we have a timeout called, and they're just going to stretch it to our first media timeout, so we will step away.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Oklahoma Christian trails now just by 4 after Madison Coyer hit a nice 3-pointer just before the break. Cameron will have the ball now. With 5:36 left, up by 4 over OC. So Peterson gives it to Luster at the right wing. To Nakume, now to Coyer. Coyer starts to drive in. Aggies trying to find the lane down inside the paint. Nakume with a nice finish there. On the glass, brings it back up by 6. So now Tyra Peck on the baseline herself. She counters with a nice floater there. So now Peterson at the top starts to drive in, brings it back out. Wants Coyer to come get the ball, and she then gives it to Nakume. Little miscommunication between Nakume and Peterson as the ball goes out of bounds.
And that is a much needed turnover for the Eagles right there, as they can make this a 1-possession game on this trip down the floor.
So Madison Coyer with a bounce pass to Levings. Levings with the fastball down inside the paint, gives it to Blackburn. Blackburn is then fouled on the shot, so Blackburn will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. So now Coyer and Luster are going to check out for the Aggies. That's Kendall Blackburn. Makes the first attempt at the line. Oklahoma Christian, however, though, with that last foul is in the bonus. for the remainder of the game. The shot is no good by Blackburn. So it's still just a 3-point game, 4:16 left. Batiste, her shot no good as it was too strong. And then travel called by Kendra Levings. So now, Hedge, bounce pass out, gets the ball back at the left corner, drives in along the baseline, passes it out to Utan at the top of the arc. Back over to the left corner. Peterson lays it up, gets the bucket and the foul.
And Blackburn not happy about that foul call, as that's going to give a 3-point play opportunity to Megan Hedge.
So it's a 5-point game as Peterson is at the line. And Peterson makes the bucket. Then we have a 30-second timeout called by the Aggies. So we are going to stay right here. Aggies been in full possession of the lead this entire fourth quarter. The Eagles keep trying to battle back, but the Aggies just seem to get away.
Yeah, and that last play was not very good for the Eagles. That was kind of the last thing that they really needed right there. But it's around 4 minutes remaining, so the Eagles still have a good shot to make this a game, as it's just a 2-possession game right now.
Now the Aggies will head back out onto the floor. Coach Finley still discussing the next play to her players. And now Kendra Levings will go to the baseline to get ready to inbound the ball for the Eagles. It's still anybody's ball game with 4 minutes left to play. OC down by just 6. Madison Coyer gives it to Shelton. At the top of the arc, over to Tyra Peck. Tyra Peck starts to drive in. Nice feed to Blackburn. Blackburn needs to dish it out. She's been in the paint too long. And the 3-second violation on Kendall Blackburn. Huge turnover there by Oklahoma Christian. So Blackburn checks out, Lally checks in. Aggies with the ball and the lead. Peterson on the left side. Over to Nakume, over to Hedge now. Hedge gets a little bit of a screen from Nakume, drives in, gives it to Utan, and Utan is called for a travel.
Nice job there to stay firm on defense for the Eagles, as they caught a break there with the travel.
So now Madison Coyer picks up her dribble, gives it to Tyra Peck. Peck works against Batiste, lays it up too strong, but she is fouled, and she will go to the free throw line.
And Peck has just been so aggressive with the basketball, and it's paying off. Here, she's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
So now Tyra Peck, who was just at the free throw line just a moment ago, makes the first attempt at the line, back within 5.
That call better go both ways, sir.
Tyra Peck's second attempt, no good, rebounded by Nakume. Nakume slows it down, trying to waste a little bit of time for the Aggies. 2-possession game. Hedge starts to drive in. Forced to pick up a dribble, nice bounce pass down along the baseline. Her shot, no good, but she was fouled. So Utan will go to the line. He's been to the free throw line once, made both, misses that attempt at the free throw line, so it's still going to be a 2-possession game, which helps Oklahoma Christian. that attempt also no good, but an offensive rebound for the Aggies. As Nkume passes it down to Patterson. Over to Batista. Batista's shot is blocked by Shelton. Madison Coyer drives up the floor, brings it back out, forced to pick up her dribble, bounce pass in a risky area. Now to Levings. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Coyer starts to drive in, gets a screen from Lally, puts up the floater, and that shot is good.
And Collier is typically the player that steps up in these late game situations, as she's just so athletic and never really runs out of breath.
Now Peterson passes it out to Boutin, now to Batisi. Works against Shelton, finds a little bit of separation, a block again by Megan Shelton. And now they're gonna say a foul called on Megan Shelton.
And so there's going to be a warning towards the Cameron bench for unsportsmanlike, but
looks like it was on the head coach who had something to say to the ref. So now they're sending the players to the bench, and it looks like they're going to have a discussion, and it looks like they're going to come to the monitor to take a look. So we are going to stay right here as we figure out what is going to be looked at. I'm thinking it's going to be to see if there was a foul on the shot by Batisi or if it was blocked.
well, I think the foul regardless is going to be on the Eagles. They just need to see who the foul is on. But they could have Batisi right here for a hook. Right there. But she doesn't extend that arm up, so I believe they're going to call a foul on Shelton.
And if it's on the floor, it is not going to put the Aggies at the free throw line yet. That is going to be only the 14th foul of the quarter for the Eagles. But it looks like they are going to come back and look at it one more time. So I'm wondering if they're looking at see if it was a block or a foul on the shot. But it looks like they're kind of going to say a double foul. So it looks like you just said a foul on Megan Shelton and then a foul. And it's going to be on Megan Shelton. So they are not going to say double foul. So it's just on Shelton. It's her first foul of the game. Looks like it is going to be a shooting foul and not a foul on the floor. So Batisi at the free throw line misses the first attempt, and that's been something that's helped Oklahoma Christian to stay in this game. Makes the second, back up to a two-possession game. Kendra Levings with the ball. Minute 40 left. Tyra Peck drives in, passes it back out to Levings. Levings picks up her dribble, gives it to Lally. Lally with the post move, then passes it back out to Levings. 14 seconds. Now on the baseline on the right side. Bounce pass to Shelton. Shelton forced to pick up her dribble. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Lally drives in and it gets called for an offensive foul.
As Lally just lowered her shoulder right there. And that is a tough blow for the Eagles. They're going to have to stand strong here on defense.
4-point game. Minute 13 left. Nkume drives in, puts up a shot. And There is a foul called. So now Nakuma is going to be at the free throw line to shoot 2. And Nakuma's shot is no good on the first attempt. So it's still going to be a 2-possession game with a minute 11 left. And Nakuma's second attempt is good, so it's a 5-point game now. So Madison Coyer drives in, bounce pass to Shelton. Shelton passes it to Lally. Lally then lays it up. No good on the shot, deflected. Last touch by Cameron.
And I'm sure Lally wants that one back. She couldn't get that bucket down low to go. Exactly a minute left on the clock.
So Madison Coyer to inbound the ball. Gives it to Levings. Levings then gets the ball deflected and stolen away. And then a reach-in foul called on Levings. And that is going to send Hedge to the free throw line. Actually, it's going to be Peterson at the free throw line. Peterson has 11 points. So 56 seconds left in the game. Peterson makes the first. 69-63 is the Aggies with one more attempt at the free throw line, and Peterson makes that one. Now a 3-possession game. Coyer drives in, lays it up on the right side of the glass, gets that to go. Back to a 5-possession game.
So with the 2-possession game, they don't need to foul here. Need to try to force a turnover. There's going to be a timeout there from Cameron.
And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we are going to stay right here. Cameron University will now have 2 timeouts left, and so will the Eagles, as it's just a 5-point game. Aggies have led this entire fourth quarter. Oklahoma Christian led throughout most of the first 3 quarters as they battled back and forth. It's been a good game all around.
Yeah, it has, and keep in mind 20 seconds on the shot clock. So the Eagles really, they don't need to foul as there's a 19-second differential. They don't need to foul as they can try to hold on and get a defensive rebound and take it down and score really quick. But then at that point, you're just going to have to start trapping and hoping for a turnover, and if you don't get that, you have to foul.
Well, when we talk about the fouls here as of late, Cameron University's not been doing very good at the free throw line. As Nakuma will inbound the ball, almost gets a turnover there for OC as Tyler Peck falls to the floor. And then a quick turnover, or foul called. And it's going to be on Katie Mayo. So it's going to send Hedge to the free throw line. This is her first attempt, so she's honestly their best free throw shooter. As Hedge makes both attempts. And then a timeout called by Coach Finley. And it's another 30-second timeout, so we will stay here, excuse me. So Will, what are you going to tell your players if you were Coach Finley to do on this next possession?
Well, at this point, they're going to have to go down and hit a 3. They can't really afford to get a quick 2. They're going to have to get a 3 and make it a 4-point game. And then from then on, you have to really hope to force a turnover or hope for some missed free throws at that point.
So Cameron University and Oklahoma Christian will take the floor. Madison Coyer will check inbound the ball from in front of her own bench. So Lally with the inbound gives it to Tyra Peck. Leck finds a lane, and they're going to say an offensive foul on Caroline Lally before the bucket. And that is going to have Caroline Lally foul out.
I think they're going to say that it was an illegal screen.
So then there was a timeout called by Cameron. And it's going to be another 30-second timeout by Cameron University. Both teams will have one. Still a 7-point game, but Cameron will have control of the basketball with 33.6 seconds left. So look for Oklahoma Christian to intentionally foul.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for the Eagles to get back into this game. It's going to take some missed free throws from the Aggies.
Kume is going to be the one to inbound the ball for the Aggies. Still are waiting for the Eagles to take the floor. Still a little bit of a delay. And so we're waiting on something at the timekeeper's desk. Now they've reset the clock, and they're going to say no timeouts left for the Aggies. One timeout left for the Eagles.
He said though, he said he made an error. So she has none. She has none.
So there has to do with the timeouts. They are saying Aggies have no timeouts left now, and it's saying the Eagles have 2 remaining still. But just a moment ago, both had 2 timeout or 1 timeout apiece.
And they're checking with the book here, just to make sure.
So a little bit of a long delay. So now the players will go back to the bench as we still have a delay as they are trying to figure out how many timeouts are left.
They're not looking at it yet.
So will Oklahoma Christian, obviously they're going to foul on this inbound. Who should they look at fouling?
Well, that's the thing. Nobody has been particularly bad from the free throw line. The worst has been Kuma, who is 2 of 4, but even then, she's knocked down some big free throws towards the end of this one. So there's not really anyone that's really shown to be a bad free throw shooter. So you may want to look for whoever's in the game that hasn't shot a free throw yet. And you could look to foul Ava Batisi.
The thing with fouling Ava Batisi is she is one of their best shooters out on the floor. So obviously the Aggies are going to have a small team out on the floor to have some of their best shooters out there. So we are still waiting to see how many timeouts each team will have with 33.6 seconds left and a 7-point game. And those timeouts are crucial for both sides.
As they're still looking, and they're going to say that, I believe, that the Aggies have 1 full timeout.
So now now we are going to resume action here as both teams will head back out onto the floor. Akuma will be the one to inbound the ball. On the inbound. There's almost a steal there by Kendall Blackburn as Utan will go to the free throw line. So now Utan, who's been to the line once, will shoot 2. As she makes the first attempt. And the second attempt is good as well. Now a 9-point game, 33 seconds left. As Kendall Blackburn puts up a 3 and knocks that down.
And the Eagles seemed like they didn't know what position they needed to be in on that press. And so they're going to let a few precious seconds go by.
So now Peterson, who is 3 for 4 at the free throw line, will shoot 2, misses the first attempt. So now Peterson will have another attempt at the free throw line. That shot is good. So we have a full timeout. So we will step away and we will be right back with the remainder of the game right after this.
Could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother.
Yes.
You, your football buddy, your football buddy. You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network as Oklahoma Christian trails by 7 with the basketball with about 21 seconds left here in the ball game. OC is now out of timeouts. So Madison Coyer to inbound the ball in front of her own bench. She will lob it over to Kendall Blackburn, who puts up another 3, who just made 1. No good on the shot. Offensive rebound to Katie Mayo. Her shot no good. And there's going to be a foul called. A lot of time ticked off the clock there. So now Katie Mayo is going to be at the free throw line to shoot 2. So now Katie Mayo makes the first. 6-point game, 13.5 seconds left. So now the rest with a little bit of communication here as Katie Mayo will get ready to take her second attempt. And that shot is good.
So the substitution will give Eagles a chance to set up in a press, and especially if this is a steal and a score right here, it makes this game a lot more interesting. We're going to have a foul with 12 seconds left, and we'll see how Stephanie Peterson does at the line.
Peterson was the one who just shot the last 2 free throw attempts for the Aggies. She went 1 for 2 at the line, which helped Oklahoma Christian out just a little bit.
Hey, 25 can shoot it, so make sure we get out there.
Peterson. His first attempt is good. Back to it. Still a 2-possession game. Second attempt by Peterson, also good. Now a 3-possession game. OC with no timeouts, and then a quick foul on Nakume, and that's going to help OC as there was no time ticked off the clock there.
Yeah, and that is going to help them a lot. I think that could have come from a little bit of theatrics by Collier. But nonetheless, that's a good break for the Eagles.
So Madison Coyer makes the first attempt. And now we have another discussion by the refs.
And at this point, you have to wonder whether this is a miss on purpose by Collier to try to get the ball back.
As Coyer does purposely miss.
But it did not hit the rim.
So now a 6-point game. And then another discussion by the refs before the inbound. And they're going to add 0.6 of a second, so it's back up to 12.1 now. So Nakume to inbound the ball. Can Oklahoma Christian come away with a steal? Patrick Peterson is going to go to the free throw line yet again.
So they're just going to continue this free throw game.
As now Katie Mayo gets her 5th foul and will foul out. So now Connor Atkinson, another shooter, will come back out onto the floor. That shot by Peterson is good. We'll have one more attempt. As Peterson's second attempt, also good. 8-point game. Madison Coyer drives up the floor. He needs to put off a shot. Gives it to Connor Atkinson. 4 seconds as Shelton puts up a 3. No good on the shot. Stolen away by Tyra Peck. But at the end of the buzzer, Oklahoma Christian will fall short, 79-71. We will be back with an interview with Coach Finley and the post-game show right after this.
Contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Hey, Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early Screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfies, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Oklahoma Christian falling just short to the Aggies of Cameron University, 79-71. Will, what was the turning point in that game?
I think the turning point came in the second half, specifically at the end of the third quarter when Cameron pulled ahead by 7 to start the fourth quarter. And what really came down to that was just easy missed shots and turnovers and just ill-advised fouls by the Eagles.
Well, there was a lot of fouls late into the game, and that was honestly just to try to get back in it. There was a lot of missed free throws late in the game by Cameron University, but then later on they started to make those free throws. That helped them walk away with the win.
Yeah, one player specifically, Stephanie Peterson, was really clutch from the free throw line. She was 11 of 13, and most of those came in the last 2-3 minutes for the Aggies. So Stephanie Peterson was awesome for them. She finished with 18 points. And then for the Eagles, if there was a player of the game for the Eagles, it would probably have to go to Madison Collier. She had 13 points and she had 12 assists, which is where she really shined, was sharing the ball and getting her open teammates looks.
Well, Oklahoma Christian did have 2 players foul out, Katie Mayo and Caroline Lally. They're both, and that was honestly huge, especially when Lally fouled out late in the game.
Yeah, it was huge because Lally is a player who is such a good post presence, especially defensively. And so a couple fouls that she really didn't like early on are what really made it happen towards the end for her to foul out.
So now going forward, the Lady Eagles will play next Saturday in Arkansas when they take on the University of Arkansas Fort Smith. What do they need to do to get motivated for that game?
Well, I mean, I don't think any team should have a struggle with getting motivated to play basketball games, especially at this level. But this is a really winnable game for the Lady Eagles. Arkansas Fort Smith is a team who has really struggled. They're a team that's not been as good as they've been in the past few years. So this is a really winnable game for the Lady Eagles, and I expect them to come out of it with a W.
Well, we're gonna be right back right after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
contest?
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's put a ride home.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this.
Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Good evening and welcome back to The Nest. I'm Will Hadley. Alongside me is Coach Finley, coach of the Lady Eagles. Coach Finley, a tough loss tonight, suffered to the Aggies of Cameron. And it was a game where we started off pretty strong, had the lead for most of the game, but just kind of gave it up there towards the end.
Well, the third quarter beat us. You know, we came out cold, they come out hot, and we got behind at that point, and then it just kind of stayed even the rest of the way. We let them have 25 points in that quarter. We only scored 14, so that's where we lost it. Too many turnovers, too many missed free throws. We gave them too many good looks at threes. We knew that they were a three-point shooting team, and if they're hot, they're going to beat you. And we got to get out and contest those, and we weren't doing a very good job of it.
Well, I know that this was a game where, there's two Oklahoma teams in the Lone Star Conference. Both teams recruit specifically in Oklahoma, so this is a team where a lot of the players on the court knew each other. And so was this a game that your girls were excited for specifically coming into it?
Well, I thought it was, but it didn't appear so in the game because I thought they had a lot more energy and I thought they wanted it more than we did.
Well, one more question, I'll get you out of here. Madison Collier is a player that, from field goal, not the best numbers, 5 of 12, but she did have 13 points and 12 assists and limited to only one turnover. She was kind of the X factor for the Eagles. So what does that kind of have to say about Madison and her work ethic in a game
imagine how many assists she would have had if we'd have made some little shots inside where we didn't make, it didn't seem like we shot a very good percentage in the lane tonight. So she could have had maybe 20 assists if people would finish for her. But, she's out there kind of playing by herself sometimes, and she's doing a good job of staying positive and keeping with it. She's moving the ball. She's getting us into stuff. She plays almost the whole game with the other team just riding her, and the rest won't give her any calls. So, that says something for her fitness level, because she's not the biggest girl in the world, and they're all just riding her, and she's taking it and still able to dish out a lot of assists and score some points.
Well, the Lady Eagles' next outing will be Saturday at Arkansas Fort Smith. You can catch them on the OC Eagle Sports Radio. And I'm Will Hadley. Alongside me is Coach Finley. We'll be right back with the pregame for the men's game.
Oklahoma Christian fans making it known that they are going to get into his head.